Job Search Advice Radio, episode 1789. I'm your host, Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and welcome to another episode on Friday. Boy, it's been a busy week, and I'll just simply say I've got a nice little show for you about 10 easy things that you can do with your resume to help it get better results. Hope you find it helpful and give it a great review wherever you listen to the show. And in the meantime, let's get going. I thought I would do something today where I gave you a sense of some changes I think you might do in your resume, because I haven't done a lot of resume information recently. Most of it I did years ago, and I wanted to update it for now. So I thought that this might be very helpful to you. And let me start off with change number one, and that is underneath your name. I want you to put your highest degree and any certifications that you might have. And then from there, see, the old format had it with education, and education might be placed at the end. Here, I want it up front and center. So if you've got a master's or a PhD and different certifications, the place to do it is directly under your name where it has some impact. Because we've eliminated the line that has your street address there. So it's really replacing that. Then you might go into a third line where you have your email address, phone number, city, state, and zip code, and a link to your social media presence. So that could be a LinkedIn profile. That could be an about.me page where all your all your social media is coalesced in one location. So again, first thing is the certifications. The next thing is a third line that has your email address, phone number, city, state, and zip code. It has to have the zip code there so you can be found in a database, and a link to your social media presence. Next, in an area, you might talk in terms of your core skills. So in this way, in the next section, and this is focused on more senior professionals because you have some core skills here, it's a keyword-rich summary of your background and experience. So the first paragraph might be a general statement of what you've done, and then the next section of it involves bulleted keywords or phrases that are positioned early in the resume so it's recognizable to an applicant tracking system. Like if you look at functional resumes, often they have this section in the resume. And from there you go to particular achievements that you've had during this period of time or during your career, focused on the last 10 to 15 years. And I say that because very few of you are going to want to do things that you did 20, 25 years ago. And businesses obviously changed sufficiently that no one really cares what you did 20, 25 years ago. Next is I want you to focus most of your energy and most of your text on recent experience. Following that same theme of no one cares about things that you did in the Stone Ages, as significant as they were, you want to emphasize the recent work unless it stinks. And if it stinks, you've got bigger problems than that. You're probably going to go to a functional resume. You're going to want to get achievements quantified in each section of each part of your employment history. So again, you might talk about role responsibilities, accomplishments, if you're in a technology field, the technology that you've utilized, and a metrics that demonstrates the impact of your work on the organization. So that could be money saved, money earned, or percentage improvement, or if there's a metrics that says that your performance is 32% better than the average in the organization, it demonstrates superiority with others. I want you to think in terms of a 2-page resume, 2.5 tops, and it had been focused on, as I said before, the last 10 to 15 years. The Stone Ages should stay there. If you feel compelled that you want to tell people more about your background and stuff that you did in previous time, the most recent 10 to 15 years, one sentence. That's it. Prior experience was with, and you have a one-sentence summary that talks about where you worked previously, perhaps dates. It really depends upon whether your history is stable or not, and the roles that you held. Education, unless it's from a prestige school, goes toward the end. And lastly, again, you stay within a 10 to 15 year framework. Resumes that overemphasize extraneous things that have nothing to do with the job description are a waste of an employer's time. They are reading things and wondering, why do I care about this? If they even get to read them. If you emphasize the wrong material, an applicant tracking system might think that your background is more geared toward that and less likely to fit the current situation that they have. Most of these systems are emphasize what's higher up in the resume, and thus more recent experience is advantaged. I'll simply say, if you'd like me to critique your resume, I'm happy to do so, and I charge for that. If you visit thebiggamehunter.us, there's a tab on the top. You can order a critique. If for some reason you're finding it hard to find it, message me by first connecting with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. Mention that you saw the video, because I'm always curious about where people find out about me. And I'll just simply say, I don't make a living by doing resume and LinkedIn profile critiques. I'm a career coach. I help people make changes professionally. Resumes and profiles are a small piece of that. Most of what I do is involved with coaching you throughout the entire process. You perform well in your interviews. You perform well in negotiations. That your resume gets results. Your LinkedIn profile attracts people. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few more ways to get information and advice from me. First of all, there's my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. I have more than 8,000 blog posts there that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you find your next job. In addition, if you're interested in my coaching you, at the site there's a button there that says schedule. Schedule time for a free discovery call, schedule yourself in for coaching, interview preparation coaching, salary negotiation advice, coaching related to hiring more effectively, managing and leading, helping you to be a better executive in your organization, and overall being a better employee of your firm. If you have questions for me, you can ask them at wisio.com/thebiggamehunter. That's wisio.com/thebiggamehunter. The price at Wisio is less than 1/3 of what I'm charging on my website. And I'm doing this because I want to benefit my subscribers here and on YouTube, and only you're going to know about it. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. Mention that you watched or listened to my content. I like knowing I'm helping folks. Once we're connected, it's nice to hear from you. I'd love to hear from you from time to time about how I'm helping. You can also watch me on TV. Did you know that? If you have a Fire TV or a Fire Stick, download the Job Search TV app for Apple TV, Roku, Sony, Samsung, like 90 different TV platforms. You can watch me on either Zingo TV or BingeNetworks.tv. On YouTube, subscribe at JobSearchTV.com and have access to thousands of videos I've created. I'll be back tomorrow with more, and in the meantime, I hope you have a great day. Be great!